And so what is this intellectual property? The intellectual property can be know-how, intellectual property can be the brand itself, intellectual property can be a successful business format. So if we can transfer that to a new geographical location and make a royalty out of that or a franchise fee, then it becomes a franchise format. It's been the most marketable concept used globally. Just for your understanding, every third dollar in America is spent on a franchise. So 1/3 of American economy is franchise. So it's as big as that. In India, it is already crossed about $25 billion industry. It's a fairly large industry, and I think here also anything which you're consuming, we're buying clothes, we're buying education, we're buying any kind of other wallet share a consumer has in this market is also coming from franchise. So when is the stage where companies would look at going international, or I should say, what is the stage where a company should start looking at franchise? A very important aspect which he touched upon, I think I will relate that again. What franchising brings to organizations is three things. One is certainly capital. It's the cheapest form of capital you can get. It is neither a debt, neither you're diluting your equity. So you're still expanding your business and you get a capital in the business. Second is human resource. Because in smaller formats, the difficulty is to manage the businesses when it becomes distant. So you cannot have very loyal, sustainable human resource in these markets. And also, it is also diffusion of iterations happening in the smaller format. So human resource becomes the second important point where companies will choose franchise. And third point is also time. How fast you can expand. Look at Subway. Subway has only one company-owned unit globally. And currently they have 32,000 units. So if even the Subway owner wants to travel down and visit all his centers, he will not be able to do in a lifetime. So that's a remarkable achievement for franchising and business. So what is the stage where an organization should start looking at getting into franchising? The answer is whenever you feel your business is ready to be transferred to a new geographical location and you will feel that your product or service would have an equal amount of demand in that market. That is the time where companies should start looking at franchising. That doesn't mean that you start franchising, which means that you need to do a lot of things before that, which are, as he mentioned, you need to put a feasibility, you need to put strategy, you need to put a business financial plan, you need to do operating manuals, training manuals, you need to have a legal or disclosure documentation, you need to also have a marketing communication, how you're going to invite franchisees. Once you have done that, then you can decide that you are ready to go to franchise. You also need to build your own capabilities. Franchising is a very unique format where a managing director is going to manage a lot of managing directors, which means rather than working in the business, you need to work on the business, which means that you need to have a lot of structure in your place to manage the aspirations of each entrepreneur who would become partner with you. And that can only be done if you have an effective support structure available in your organization, which is how you're going to support them in operations, training, team management, product development, and also in terms of local store marketing or national marketing, whatever you want. If you build that structure, that is the stage when you start looking at getting into franchise. So these are probably some of the points I can share with you. And if you have any specific questions which I can answer for you, I'll be happy to do that for you.